What's going on, guys? Drone worship in your face. I've replaced these lights up here today, and they give a weird tinge to everything. Like, it makes my face look shiny. They're weird. So, I'm gonna have to get different bulbs. I apologize for that. I know it looks strange, so bear with me here. Anyways, just got home from work. Found 2 packages on the porch. Give me a sec. I found 2 packages on the porch. We're gonna go through them together here and see what I ordered. This one says handle with care. I'm not quite sure what this is. It could be a Christmas gift from somebody. It could be anything, really. I hope I didn't just cut into the package on accident. Whatever's in here. I guess we'll find out, right? Oh, I know what this is. Awesome. I do a lot of work on small drones and stuff, but you guys know that. So I decided to order a little power screwdriver to speed up the process. It's just a little easy clip-in, 2 batteries on the bottom kind of thing. I'll have to go get some batteries. We'll test this in a minute. I'm not going to talk about that too much. That's cool. I'm glad that finally came in. Then we got this one. You guys already know that I've been waiting on this one for a while. So let's go ahead and see what the easiest way to open this would be. It looks like probably this end. So we'll go ahead and cut this open. I'm going to show you guys how to enhance it and make it better. Okay, I'm not really going to do a huge unboxing video because I know most of you have already seen this unboxed and you've heard about it and all that kind of stuff. So we'll go ahead and pull it out. Not bad. Definitely a lot lighter than the X4. It's a lot smaller too. Big size difference. But still looks pretty nice. There's a little film piece over the camera lens there. Let's go ahead and put the X4 back. See if the battery's in there. Yes, it is. Lipo 15C. 7.4 volts, 610 milliamps. So you're probably looking at about 10 minutes of flight. 10 or 12 minutes of flight maybe with this. Not awesome, but if you notice in the back of it, it has a spot for a firmware update. So you know me, I'm going to start digging now to see if we can update the firmware on this little monster. But I've got other stuff planned first, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I have planned. But let me unbox the rest of this here, and we will talk in a minute. Alright guys, just finished the break-in process. The motors sound good now. They sound very smooth. Everything's gravy with this. Now it's time to build some legs for this. I'm going to keep things really simple. I've got 4 nails here that fit perfectly on the bottom here to raise this up higher. And I'm going to go ahead and super glue these nails on here. They're not very light. They're very lightweight nails, okay? And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, why we're doing this. So you guys are going to have to follow the whole process. So I've got 4 nails. You can trim these down to size if you want to. They don't have to quite be this tall. I'm probably going to take a couple inches off them so they're all about, or take about an inch off of them so that they're all about the same size. And I'm going to go ahead and glue them on there, and I'm going to show you why. So let's go outside and cut these down to size. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've got 4 that are about the same size now. They've all had about an inch shaved off of them. I'm waiting for them to cool down. I'm going to go ahead and take these back aside. We're going to glue them on the bottom of the drone and then move on from there. See you guys in a sec. Alright, so as you can see, I have it out here in front of me again. I have some wonderful super glue. I've cut all these down to the exact same size, and what's nice is that, I'll go ahead and show this to you, the bottom of the legs have these little tiny holes right here. Those are the perfect lineup lines to put the nails, to make sure that you're putting them all in the same spot. So I'm going to go ahead and drip a little bit of glue around here. For a nice little coating over it. I'm going to go ahead and put this nail right on there. Best as I can get it. We're going to wait a sec. There we go. So, let's give that a chance to dry. We're going to go into the next step while this dries so I can talk to you guys. Okay. Let me go ahead and put this over by my fan so that this dries quicker. I'll be back in a second. Alright, welcome back. Drone is drying, battery's charging, motors have been broken in, legs have been put on. Moving on to the next step. This obviously does not have an FPV screen. You guys know me, I love to modify. I say this every day. I am going to go out back and build a small panel for this, okay? And what I think I might do is actually glue a piece of wood or a piece of metal to the back of the battery door and have it line up exactly correctly. That way I can remove it or put it on if I want to, okay? But I am going to glue the piece of wood on there, and it's going to stick out to about here, I want to say. Maybe here? Here. We'll have it stick out to about here. So that I can put this G-teng FPV watch on there. Now, you guys saw me use this on my car the other day. What I had originally built this for, this whole design, was for the H502E, okay? So what I've got here, you can order this. I will put the link below for this. This goes for about $30 to $33, okay? This is an FPV camera designed for a SEMA X5C-1. However, it has a standalone battery inside of it, which I have upgraded. You guys, I don't expect to go this route. I have torn this completely apart, put my own battery in here. I put a nice big fat 280 milliamp battery in here, 25C. I wanted it to be a monster. Okay, I was looking for some serious range out of this. If you guys want to do this, I'm sure I can show the video of how I did this. I have it on my other phone when I did it. I don't expect most of you are going to take it this far or do this kind of step, but this does have 5.8 live feed. It is capable of 6 channels, three or 6 channels. I think it's 3 channels, but put 3 different ways could be 6 channels, okay? So I believe this is capable of 6 channels. This G-teng FPV watch can connect to 32 different channels, so you can use this really for anything. I also know that this gets 800 meters of range because we tested that with my H501S. This camera can be purchased online for $21. I think I've seen it for cheaper, but anyways, I'll put the link below if you guys would like to purchase this. The quad can be bought for $79.99, $21, and $30. So for still about $250 or $150, you have built a 502S. I'll show you that. But I'm thinking the range on this FPV system might be better than the 502S without any modifications. We will test that. If you notice on the front, it has this funky ring. I put that on there, okay, so that I could screw different lenses on there. This right here is a wide angle lens, okay? This is a fisheye lens. So you can screw these on the bottom, right? If I can get this on here, give me one sec. You can screw these on the bottom and get a different angle. You can also pitch the camera. Right here, this has a nice little twisty knob where you can adjust the camera. We will try to fly this in standard. I may shave off just the top of this loop outside because it looks like it might be a little too big. We'll see. I will have to attach it to the bottom. If it is, we'll take this off there and we'll scrap this idea and just use it as a standard, okay? I won't know until we try it. I did have it set up so I could change the lenses, but I'm not quite sure because the fisheye lens looks a little too fat and I'm not sure the Velcro, unless I attach a piece to the bottom and hang it down a little bit more, can clear the bottom of the quad. So, we'll see. But this idea will work standard without the O-ring that I know of right now. You can purchase this camera, I think from GearBest and a couple other places. It is 5.8. The antenna just hangs down. That's all I want. If you're real curious about it or you want to, you can always put a straw over this and glue it right here to keep the antenna nice and straight. But I'm not trying to do all that. I don't mind if it kind of hangs there while I fly. I'm good with that. Okay? So, next I have Latrax, okay, which is basically Latrax Alias. These are the bearings for the Latrax Alias quad. I am going to put these in the 502E. This idea was from Shenlanko. Thank you very much for the idea, Shenlanko. This is awesome. I am going to go ahead and install these. It's awesome you found this. This will really help your motors out a lot. Okay, the ones that are in there are plastic and they just suck. They cause too much friction. This will really cut a lot of the friction out of the motors. So let's go ahead and take this to the next step. I'm going to go outside, put a piece of wood on this. We'll move on from there. Alright, so I went ahead and ripped a little piece of wood. okay, out of there to fit right on the back. That way I can slap the screen on the front there. As you can see, I'll put a piece of Velcro right here for the screen to attach to. I'm going to go ahead and glue this now to the back of the battery door. Okay, if you guys would like to paint this black like the controller, that's up to you. I'm sure I could do that later on. I've got some paint. Right now, we're just going to go ahead and just do this kind of quickly here. Alright, so this is going to work perfect. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of this. So I want to make sure not to get it in any of the creases or anything. Nothing that might potentially glue the door shut. But you do want it to have a good hold, so I'll put a good amount on here. Excellent. Go ahead and push that on there lightly. Nice and lightly. I don't want to have the glue expand too much. Alright, is that good? Nice and straight. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and let that sit there with some pressure on it like that. That works out good. Let's cut some Velcro here. As you can see, guys, I'm a Velcro fanatic. I use it for a lot of stuff, a lot of different projects. So I have a lot of it here. And the back of this is this, so we're going to go ahead and cut a nice straight chunk off of here. And then cut another piece about the thickness of the wood. Just like that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beauty. Isn't that what Shenlako says? Beauty. And we are going to set that piece right on there. Excellent. I like it. I like it. Don't you love it when a good plan comes together? Alright. Let's go ahead and make sure this is nice and centered before I set it down. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so when I go to take off the screen, I can give this a good squeeze when I pull it off to make sure not to pull the glue off. And this should fit perfectly right on top. How about that? What do you think? Not bad, huh? So, easy design. Like I said, you guys can paint this black if you want to. That's up to you. I'm sure I will at some point. I'll take it out and give it a little spray, and we'll make sure it's black. This is just a quick tutorial. Nice little FPV screen on there. We'll go ahead and turn this on. As you guys can see, there you go. I will go ahead and turn on the camera. If I can get to it. And video. Boom. 5.8 live feed video. What do you think? You like that idea? That's what I thought. So, you've got all your telemetry readout. Right, let me turn this off real quick. Alright, so you got all your telemetry right here, and you've got your FPV right up on top here. Doesn't look too crazy. Like I said, paint this black. It'll fit your setup a little better. You'll be able to stare down and see where you're at and still check your telemetry right on the bottom. Just looks good. I like it. They should sell this as a kit for the 502E. Maybe it's just me. I like to modify. So let's go ahead and put a piece of Velcro on the quad itself. And as you can see, I've already got one on here, so we're good there. Let's take this to the next step and see what happens. All right. Be back in a sec. So as you guys can see, I've cut out a nice little V shape so the vents, most of the vents still get air. We're going to go ahead and take the quad now. Make sure it is face up and attach it to the bottom like so. We can even move it back further if we want to. I'm going to go ahead and test it right here in the center first. Okay. Make sure it's good and centered on there. So there you go. FPV. FPV. Like I said, I'm just going to let the antenna hang down. Let's go ahead and set this down. Move the camera back a little bit so you guys can see that. There you go. It is now an FPV 502E. Doesn't weigh that much more. It should have no problem lifting this. This does not weigh much, and the nails don't really weigh much. Like I said, at a later date, I'll go ahead and put the Latrax bearings in there. But, boom. Easy. Nice and easy. Nothing complicated about it. It's an easy, beautiful little setup. This battery is rechargeable with the little USB cord that I have. Legs are on there nice and good. Stands up off the ground enough that it shouldn't have any problems in grass. The antenna should just hang down real nicely. I have telemetry, and if I want to, depending on the angle I'm looking for, I can screw on a wide angle. I'm pretty sure these lenses will fit just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and screw that on there. Boom. What do you think? Nice little wide angle lens. This is actually the fisheye that I have on there. Let's go ahead and open this up so you guys can see. Depending on the type of flying you're doing. There you go. Fisheye lens. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera on and show you guys this a little bit better with some better lighting. And I'll let you make up your own mind on how I did. Okay? Like I said, this is all my own design. I didn't do anything too crazy. All the legs are nice and sturdy. The glue's holding just fine. So everything seems to be doing just fine. No issues. Nice lens on there. So we'll have to take this out for a flight and see what I think here in a little bit. Make sure everything can pick up. You know, make sure this can pick this up comfortably and still have a decent flight time. But guys, honestly, I think we're good. This is a very easy rig. Like I said, I can put everything that I did here in the link below. I just like it. It's a nice little setup, isn't it? It's just easy. It's a beautiful little setup. All right, guys, give me a sec, turn the camera on and show this to you at a little different angle. There you go. Here's a little better lighting. My front-facing camera is not a big fan, but there you go. Pretty easy. Nice fisheye lens on the front of that for FPV flying. Doesn't look too crazy. So easy little setup there. All right, and on the screen, easy. Let me see if I can turn this on. See if I can reach the camera from here. Turn the camera on. All right, we'll go ahead and point the camera fisheye at me. So that's with the fisheye lens on there, right? You can definitely tell that it's widened up the angle. I'm going to go ahead and take the fisheye lens off now and show you what that looks like without the fisheye lens. It should be 4.3 standard. Should fill the whole screen, but as you can see, you can't see me very well anymore. It lost almost all of me, which is why I wanted to make it so I could put the lenses on there. I probably won't fly with a fisheye, but I may put the wide angle on there. So, but still not bad, right? The card read air, you can disappear. You can't actually record with this camera. But you can record with the regular camera here. Actually, let me pull off this lens piece. Let me pull off the film. Grr, come on. There we go. All right. So I can put the lenses on here. It does work perfect. I just had to raise it up a little bit and make sure it was comfortably off the ground. I wouldn't suggest slamming it on the ground with the nails on there, but they're easy to put back on if they fall off. I did upgrade that battery inside of the camera. But as you can see, it if you can't, it definitely works pretty well. It's 5.8 live feet. And the card read air will go away if you stick an SD card in the side of this. So if you just want to buy a little cheap $3 card to put in there, it just makes the card read air sign go away. You can't actually record with this. So, and I apologize, I had Velcro on the bottom because we had it on the car for testing, and but I had originally designed this for the 502E. We just thought we'd run it on the car there. So, all right, guys, there you go. FPV 502E, very simple setup. I did all this for under $150, I believe. So it was what, $79 for the quad. I can put that link below. The watch, the G-teng watch, was $30 or $33, something like that. I can put a link below. And then that camera was $21. So I basically built a 502S, but we're going to have to try the range and see what the range differences are. Okay, because I know that this front piece comes as black on the 502S, and the 502E, this front piece comes as red. So I'm not really sure what the differences are yet. But I guarantee I will have FPV the whole time because this is a really, really decent receiver here. It definitely has a lot of power. So there you go, guys. the 502E modified with FPV capability. I'm Danny Boy. This is Drone Worship. I'm out. Tootaroo.
Give yourself to the dark side.